More breaking news is coming out regarding the missing Alabama 1-year-old toddler who was not even reported missing until his father had a car crash that he and the little boy's sister were killed in. New court documents were filed today on New Year's Eve, December 31st, that detail the alleged abuse that 1-year-old Kahleb Collins suffered before his disappearance and what authorities are now saying his presumed death. So his mother, 22-year-old Wendy Bailey, who is pictured here, was arrested this week, and she is now charged with disregarding and failing to report the abuse that Kahleb went through at the hands of his own father. This abuse they're referring to reportedly took place in July. The court documents mention about how on at least 2 different occasions, Wendy, Kahleb's mother, witnessed Kahleb being bound with rope and physically assaulted and abused. It was said that the little boy was being bound by a rope on a loft bed and he had lots of bruising and blood. It was said that Kahleb's dad sent Wendy, the mother, pictures that showed Kahleb hanging from the bed by a rope and that he was extremely bloody, absolutely unreal. The father reportedly wrote to Wendy that he wanted to kill the little boy and that he wasn't moving, and he later texted Wendy and said, well, he is moving now. Then she responded back to Kahleb's dad saying he just looks tired and wore out, and she said, hopefully that's all. Your child was hurt. Your child was bruising and bloody, and you did nothing. She is an absolute piece of crap, just like the father. Reportedly, Kahleb was last seen on September 4th, which was months before the car crash occurred on December 8th. That crash killed Kahleb's dad and his 2-year-old toddler sister, and Wendy, the mother, was injured. Kahleb, the toddler, was nowhere to be found after the wreck that his family was involved in, and that's how it was discovered he was indeed missing. It took a car wreck to find that out. Authorities are now saying that Kahleb's body was put in a bag and stashed away in a storage building, and that his body was eventually discarded at an unknown location, and they're working to determine what that location is. Kahleb was formally reported missing on December 9th after it was discovered he wasn't with his family in that car accident. Reportedly, his father drove 92 miles per hour when he veered off-road and hit a tree. That then caused the dad to be thrown from the vehicle. The mom, Wendy, was unbuckled and partially thrown from the car. On Sunday, Wendy, the mother, was charged with domestic violence in the first degree, abuse of a corpse, aggravated child abuse, and criminally negligent homicide. She is now facing the homicide charges because her little girl was reportedly not restrained in a car seat, which caused her to be killed in the accident. The abuse of the corpse charges is related to the little boy Colin, whose body has not yet been found. Also, days after the wreck, Wendy's father, which would be Kahleb, the little boy's grandfather, was also arrested and charged with failing to report Kahleb's disappearance, and he is still in jail on a $100,000 bond, and reportedly Wendy is waiting on her bond hearing. But honestly, she deserves no bond. This is absolutely heartbreaking and terrible. There's no doubt in my mind that little boy is deceased. I just wish authorities could locate his remains. People like this are literally the scum of the earth and the reason why the world is so evil. For more updates into this case and more true crime cases, be sure to give me a follow. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe.